If you want to get more followers on TikTok than you ever thought possible, you need to make sure that your content is the right length and centered on the right topics. You also need to pay attention to the last metric I'm going to explain in this video because it's by far the most important aspect of this current TikTok algorithm. And to tell you the truth, everything's changed a lot. Back in the day, all you had to do was make a short piece of content that popped off a bit in order to get a lot of views and new followers. But that's no longer the case. So, you need to make sure that you take the tips I'm sharing with you in this video and put them into practice. And once you actually implement them, you might begin to see some massive results. But first, hit that subscribe button if you like tips that help you grow faster on TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube. First, let's discuss the length of your content. When it comes to how long your videos are, you need to optimize for two things: reach and profit. I would only upload short-form content if your main goal is to reach as many people as possible. That's reach. Because unless you already have a lot of followers, short-form content will probably get you more reach. Many of the creators I see doing well with longer-form content, 3, 5, or 10-minute videos, they do so when they have more than 50,000 followers. I'm not saying you can't succeed with long-form content if you don't have more than 50,000 followers, but you're probably better off making short-form content. Also, please don't feel like you have to choose between long-form and short-form content. You don't. You should be making both kinds of content. If you plan your content out the right way, your short-form and your long-form content will work together like a team that's going to help you grow much better than if you were only posting one or the other. So, if you prefer to post long-form content, I would suggest posting one long-form video and then 2 or 3 short-form videos to follow up that go along with the long-form video. The more attention that you can draw to a given subject or topic, the more views you're going to receive. Now we can move on to the second major theme of this video, which is the content itself. When it comes to TikTok, your topic is more important than anything else. The viewers who wind up seeing your content will all depend on the keywords you use in your hashtags, description, and even when you're speaking or doing a voiceover in the video. And if you don't happen to know how the TikTok algorithm works, it's simple. Let me break it down like a fraction for you. When you visit TikTok, you may end up watching cat videos, crypto videos, or lawyer videos, and then guess what? You start to see more of that. And guess what happens as soon as you stop interacting with those content topics? TikTok stops recommending that content to you. It's really simple. All TikTok is trying to do is show you as many ads as possible, because that's what drives their revenue and keeps them in business. And the way they show you as many ads as possible is by keeping you on the platform for as long as possible. That's the goal of almost every social platform. So, if you want to reverse engineer the algorithm as a content creator, remember that the length of your piece of content is very important. However, choosing a compelling topic for your video is even more critical. And at this point, you may be wondering, well, how the heck do I even know if the topic I choose is good or not? So let me lay it out for you. Here's how to know. To pick a good topic within your niche, all you need to do is search for small creators in your niche and see which of their videos have more views than they have followers. When you discover that, it means the video is reaching people who are not their followers, which means that the TikTok algorithm is pushing that video to new viewers, which also means that if you make content about the same topic, there's a pretty good chance you'll get the same result. And this will ultimately lead to more people following you. Or if you search for something and then select this week or most liked, what do you think you'll find? You'll find a lot of different pieces of content. Or maybe you won't, but if you do see a lot of content, particularly videos with over 10,000 likes, that's a pretty good indicator that it's a trending topic right now. And when you find videos like that, you should stitch or duet that content in addition to doing your own take on those videos. Just make sure your hook and/or your information is better or has a different type of spin on the topic itself. Now, if your search brings back a bunch of long-form content, simply make a 30-second video that says the same thing. You could also try making a 60-second video that says the same thing as the longer one. Just do a recap. Or, if you want to, you could make long-form content, but just make a better long-form piece of content. The worst thing you could do is look up one of those topics or see a small channel's video on the same topic and it didn't perform well. That should serve as a big red flag to you that you should not be producing content related to that subject. This is because even if you make a fantastic video and you take the final most critical step that I'm about to show you, you may not attract any viewers to your content. And that would be a huge waste of your time, a waste of your money if you're paying an editor, and a waste of your effort. And I'm not interested in causing you to waste your time. I want you to put in as little effort as possible and get as much as possible out of it. So, this last tip is especially important, so listen up. When it comes to your content, you need to make sure that you don't make these 4 mistakes. First, do not tell people to click on the link in your bio. This can get your videos flagged, and then TikTok will not push them out. The second thing you shouldn't do is make videos that are shorter than 5 seconds. If you make content that's less than 5 seconds long, TikTok is less likely to share it because they'll think it's spam. The third thing is that you should not make any content that hasn't been proven before. And when I say it hasn't been proven, I'm referring to either the format or the topic. Because the chances of you discovering a new format or a new topic to discuss are slim to none. What will work is if you create your own remixes, not literal remixes, but your own interpretation of already existing and successful TikTok content. Now, the last thing you must be sure you understand, as we've mentioned in other videos, is the 70% rule. If at least 70% of viewers have not committed to watching your video beyond the first 3 seconds, you can conclude that either the subject matter isn't great or your hook isn't great. And if less than 70% of viewers are watching beyond the 3-second mark, the TikTok algorithm isn't likely to promote your video to new viewers. That's all for this video, so thank you for watching. As always, please show the love and hit those like and subscribe buttons.